how you been? Been a while, hasn't it?
Hello there.
Nothing in particular. I just happened to see you and thought I'd say hi. Okay, that's a lie. I was hoping to talk to you about something. We could take it to the barracks. Wait, before all that, I believe I owe you my thanks. I hear you saved my dear little sister. Celica Sulica truly landed in hot water. Really, thank you.
But little sister is going too far, Lady Neil. I am not worthy.
Really? I disagree. We were both spawned from the same artificial womb plant. We Clue are all one big family, aren't we?
Perhaps, but you're the High Custodian, the most exalted in all of Clurian society. Whereas I am from a line of acolytes who serve you. The mere act of accompanying you like this, it's an honor beyond compare.
Is that so? I haven't been back to our home planet in so long, but I see our education system is as rigid as ever. I'm tired of all this pomp and ceremony. Leave the hierarchical stuff to the other girls. I'd appreciate it if you could simply be yourself around me.
Lady Neil.
Whoops, we're getting sidetracked. I'll tell you the rest in the Blade Barracks. It'll be easier if you see the data firsthand. Right then, first, take a look at this. The time we went to Oblivia, remember those mystery mechs that attacked us? I finally figured out what they're all about. Rather, I remembered seeing the very same ones in a database back on our home planet.
They're Clurian, so that means...
Yeah, those machines are mobile weapons developed using actual Clurian technology. Would it be easier if we simply called them Skells? The model is old, practically antique. But these were special Skells who once served as personal bodyguards to a certain custodian. They require no pilot and were designed from top to bottom to be fully autonomous. In actual fact, there's something of a trick to their autonomic functions. Now, pop quiz. If I asked you who you could trust implicitly, who comes to mind? Hey, that's right! Gold star. Logically, the act of betraying oneself doesn't hold up. Ergo, it stands that you can trust yourself. And so, the master of those Skells copied her personality onto them and incorporated it into their autonomic system. The personality of the High Custodian Neilnail. I did. By which I mean, of course, my predecessor.
The High Custodian, her existence is perpetuated through the use of clones. She who presides over the knowledge of ancient times. Such is the destiny of Lady Neilnail.
Well, I may be a clone, but I still have my own personality, thoughts, and desires. The point is, those Skells are technically the embodiment of a former iteration of Neilnail. Let's call the white one Neilnail Albus. And the black one can be Neilnail Fervus. Here's what I think. Their job is to defend any sites of Clurian influence. That is the duty of a Neilnail. And that's why we were attacked. Who else to right the wrongs of the High Custodian but the High Custodian herself? Which means there's only one thing left to do. Destroy them. Put the old Neilnail in her coffin. As I'm sure you're aware from the last battle, they're not likely to roll over and die for us. Once again, would you lend me your strength? Please? Thank you. I was fully expecting you to turn me down, so honestly, I'm delighted. After all, I couldn't ask this of just anyone. It's a risky assignment, but I'm more than convinced we'll be able to pull this off.
Lady Neil, let me accompany you too. I promise I won't slow you down.
Thank you, Celica. With you at my side, I'm all the more reassured.
First off, we'll need to find your predecessor's Skells, won't we?
According to the data I collected, they recently ambushed someone, a blade who was exploring a cluster of ruins in Coldros. If the Skells are meant to deter anyone who explores too far into the ruins, then...
You're saying if we investigate those ruins ourselves, they will come for us.
Bingo. I think it's worth a try. For starters, why don't we try looking in those ruins for info samples? That said, we'll have to be snappy. We can't risk them claiming any more victims.
At once, Lady Neil.
Wow.
Time to go!
I was gonna lay into
Going
them.
somewhere?
Watch me turn them into Swiss
Buffing up my
cheese.
Move
scalp.
in! Full speed!
Is anything.
I see a weakness.
All right, I'll run with it. Enough!
Right where I
On top of the gunfight.
This should tide us over. This should tide us over.
We're landing some meaty hits here. Move in.
Got him. You cut in and do the rest.
I'm punching down the sides. Buffing up my scalp.
You're mine.
Taylor's absurd. You know what to do.
Right
You're
where I
fit.
want.
Here!
Nice try.
Enough!
Buff up and let them in a
This should tide us over. Crush you! Spectacularly done.
print it. Shall we?
Tables are turned.
Here!
You know what to do.
I will not miss.
Right now!
Ready? Too bad!
More hostiles. I've got the drop on. Fire everything you've got.
Watch me
Buffing
turn
up
them
my
into
scalp.
Swiss cheese.
Full speed!
Down.
I'm punching down the side.
I see a
Success.
weakness.
Don't
Blast
mistake me
flame.
for some empty suit.
Just looking for a worthy opponent.
I'll start fixing range. Follow my lead. Let's see you escape this.
Drop off and let's put your hit point.
I'm getting the most out of this, bub.
Buffing up my Skells!
Well, me. I work well. It's the hardest
This
weapon.
is where I really shine. Give me some cover fire.
Is this supposed to hurt?
Move in now, while you still can.
You're just gnats to brush off my shoulder.
Send some heals this way.
More hostiles.
Is this supposed to hurt?
Everyone knows you weaken your opponent first.
I'm not ready to give up.
Subterfuge!
Ghost.
Success. Move in. Not getting pushed in, sorry, dear.
Start
But I
all
need
play!
it first.
Here's you. Move in!
Trash talk.
Ask me!
Storm. Missile ball. Fire carnival.
Start all play!
Bullet twister.
On your feet.
Trash talk.
Yes. Attack it, range.
Mind storm.
Marking
See how
home.
you like this. Danny
Start all
Brown.
play!
Need recovery.
The dark down. Attack it, range. Overwhelm.
I have the shot. Fire carnival.
Blaze blur. Marking storm.
Play!
Storm. Trash talk.
Magnum air. Overwhelm.
Missile volley.
Burst down.
Fire carnival.
Pathogen blast!
Marking the body destroyed. Now top of them with some gun.
Astral heal! Stuck on it! Attack at range and let's clean up!
Spiral home. Blaze blur. Marking home.
Trash talk.
Bruce. Overwhelm.
I'm down.
Equilibrium!
Wild
Ether blast!
Yes. Attack at range.
Start all
See how you
play!
like this.
Marking home.
Fire carnival.
Quartz blaze blur.
Mind storm.
Send some heals this way! Beam barrage!
Spiral.
Trash talk.
Start all play!
Marking home.
Subterfuge!
Blaze blur.
One down. Get ready to blast the next target.
Watch me turn them into Swiss cheese.
Pathogen blast!
Eagle eye.
Appreciate the help.
That felt good. Now's your chance to weaken. Beam barrage!
They just picked a losing
blazes?
battle.
Let's impair them as a little warm-up.
Missile volley.
Thermal payload.
Okay!
Fire carnival.
Up the dark down. Attack the range.
Wild smash.
Arcing home. Blaze blur.
Bullet twister.
Beam barrage! Starfall play!
Atlas burn!
Equilibrium!
Spiral on!
Stand down.
Subterfuge!
Let's buff up and get tougher. More hostiles. More hostiles. More hostiles. More hostiles.
Perish!
More hostiles. More hostiles.
I don't like
I'm wounded! I'm not afraid to do this alone.
Sorry, guys.
What in blazes?
Looks like we've got a newcomer.
You don't supposed to hurt?
I'm not afraid to do this alone. I have to hold out. Heal me! I'm wounded! Looks like we've got a newcomer.
They just picked a losing battle.
More foes come to break against me.
More hostiles. More hostiles. Start with range. Follow my lead.
How we
Buffing up my skills!
watch me turn them into swift cheese.
Nice try!
Here! This should tide
Right
us over.
I will not miss.
That's
This should tide
Harry!
us over. Full speed! No blinding. We're going in.
Nice try! I'll cut you down to size!
How we can
Right where I want you!
Nothing yet. Your forebears, Skells, refuse to surface. Perhaps the ruins of Koldros really have nothing to do with Clerians.
No, I'm sure that they do. I took a good look around the cloister. It was incredibly subtle, but there were traces of the clue. It's starting to look like Samarian worship took a radical turn, very different to the peaceful faith it once was. There's a high probability that we'll find them here. The problem is, where to look. Perhaps we should try thinking more central.
Central, you say?
From the records we have to go on, we know that a king once ruled here, a civilization under an almighty monarch. This place was once the royal capital. Now, where would a king take his seat?
Well, you want me to answer? Somewhere a king would reside. In a castle, perhaps?
Excellent guess, Celica. For a variety of reasons, throughout history, castles have been a mainstay of sovereign power. The castle, both a threshold between ruler and governed, and a bulwark against foreign invaders.
A means of defense? Just as the Skells are, you mean?
It's a possibility. Now, time to check our theory. Onward to Orsim Castle. We're sure to find answers there.
Lady Neil!
Yeah, we found our Skells. This floor plan suggests that this was once the castle's keep. The keep is the king's seat of power. In other words, it's the heart of these ruins. As we've determined, these Skells are dangerous foes not to be trifled with. That said, it's not like we have any other option. Destroying them is the only way.
Joined us. I'll start things at range. Follow my lead.
Got it. Watch me turn them into Swiss
somewhere?
cheese.
I have the shot. Fire!
I'll cover you, let's go.
Bruce got it.
Nice try.
Ready? Too bad. Mission time's over.
I'll win the magnum head.
Mission time is over. Full speed!
Nice
Success! Now move in!
Take this.
Nice try. Nice try.
Bullet storm.
Right where I was.
This should tide us over.
Blade blur.
This should tide us over.
I'm buffing up my scalp.
That's just a short.
Going somewhere?
Magnum hit.
How's this?
This should tide us over.
Blade got out. You cut it
Nice.
in direct.
Allow me.
Ready? Too bad.
Bruce screaming.
I'm
Run
right
speed.
where I was. Right where I was.
I will not miss.
Here.
Buffing up my scalp.
This should tide us over.
I'll leave.
Enough.
Right where I was.
This should tide
I'm
us over.
pushing down the sides. Right where I was. Right gun.
Going somewhere?
Attack range. Let's clean up.
Magnum hit.
Watch me
Buffing up my
turn them into
scalp.
Swiss cheese.
Can risk
I'll
it.
Enough.
That felt good. Now
Let's see you escape this.
right where I was.
Here.
Right gun.
This should
Attack
tide us
range.
over.
Let's clean up.
Full
I will
speed.
not miss.
Buffing up my scalp.
Enough success. Now move in.
I'll weaken.
Here. Now's your chance.
How's this?
Fire up at the top of it. This should tide us over.
Right where I was.
Magnum
Enough.
Right where I
This
was.
should tide us over.
screaming.
Full speed.
Nice try.
Here.
I'm cutting down to size.
Blade got hooks. You cut it
I
into
will
direct.
not gonna lay into him anyway.
Enough.
Nice try.
Buff us up.
All right, I'll run with it.
Right where I was.
I'll weaken.
Right where I was. Blade buffing up my scalp. I have it.
Here.
Nice try.
This should tide us over.
Attack at range. Keep it going.
I'm cutting
See how
down
you
to
like
size.
this.
More hustle.
Bump up now.
They stop me
Can't
cold.
move. Hell yeah. Nice try.
Is this supposed to hurt?
Huh. Right where I was. Got it. Attack at range.
Right
Let's
leg.
clean up.
Here.
Buffing up my scalp.
Full speed.
Magnum hit.
I'll weaken.
Enough.
I'm right where I was.
Get in close.
This should tide us over.
Blade blur.
Nice try.
Ah!
My mind is clear. Where's
Right
Here.
where I was. Buffing up my scalp.
See you escape this.
The scale
Right
give
where
you
I was.
spiral
I'm cutting down right where I was.
arcing horn. Eagle eye.
This should tide
Put
us over.
them in a corner.
I'm getting the most out of this, bud.
Right where I was.
got it. You cut it into the red.
Nice try.
Blade blur.
Buffing up my
Of
scalp.
turn. You know what to do.
Nice
Ready?
try.
Too bad.
Spiral the dark
I'm
attack range.
cutting down to size.
My scalp has to hold out.
Sorry.
Heal me.
First.
Nice try.
This should tide us over. Full speed.
Nice
My
try.
mind is clear. Where's
Buffing
your
up my
horse?
scalp. I'm right where I was.
Eagle eye.
Success.
Shall we get this
Move
done?
in. Going somewhere?
Right where I was.
Bump up now.
Nice try.
Going somewhere?
That felt good. Now's your chance to grab him.
Full
Right
speed.
where I was.
Enough.
Teil. Bump us up.
Nice try!
This should tide us over.
First down.
Nice try!
Yes.
Let's
Attack
see you
at range.
escape this.
Okay! Right up now!
Now move it.
There's nowhere else to go.
That's it. Our task is done. They'll never harm an innocent again. The custodian herself has cleaned up the old one's mess. The matter can finally be put to bed.
Lady Neil, was this really the right thing to do? They were erratic and unsafe, but were they not also a part of you?
There's an easy answer to that one, Celica. If you are always chained to the past, you can never look to the future. Even if it means denying my old self's legacy, I still intend to right their wrongs. We Clue must rise above our past if we're to soar once again through the infinite beyond.
Among the acolytes, there were some who disputed your authority. Some even called you heretic. Now I see the truth. I see that you have always had Clue's best interests at heart.
The same can be said of all Clurians, Celica. You see, the only difference is how we go about it. Besides, making contact with alien races, it's not always the solar storm we think it'll be. We don't need faith and tech as crutches, not when words can bridge the gap between worlds. We have a prime example of that right here, right?
Yes.
Now, we've wrapped up our business in Coldros, but there's still much work to be done on Mira. So many races journeyed through the stars to end up on this single planet. Cosmo-archaeologically speaking, it's odd. The way Mira keeps presenting mystery upon mystery, I doubt my work's drying up anytime soon. Oh, you're pretty much indispensable at this point if I'm to perform my fieldwork here. Hey, why don't you become my assistant? Yeah, that's a great idea.
Lady Neil, the humans might have pressing matters of their own to deal with right now.